Good afternoon and welcome to Voices and Views. My name is Tom Halverson, and with me I have a special guest, Jane Cushman, Executive Director of Sunday Painter. Good afternoon, Jane.
Hi there.
And we're to talk about your organization and a bunch of events coming up. But first, how about an overview of your organization and what you guys do, where you guys hold your events?
Yeah, so Sunday Painter is a free group. We invite artists of all levels to come join us every Sunday in and around Great Falls. Right now, we are meeting indoors at the Great Falls Public Library, except for the days that they're closed. We're there 1 to 4 on Sundays, and then we'll be eventually going outdoors for outdoor painting, again, 1 to 4 on Sundays as well. And like I said, everyone is welcome. We do encourage people to bring their own art supplies. We don't provide any supplies, but we do provide lots of friendship and fellowship when people come.
And it is a free event.
It is free. Yes, it is.
What type of mediums are we using?
So there's a big variety that our artists are bringing. So they're bringing, I've seen colored pencils. I use colored pencils myself. We have people using charcoal. We have people painting with acrylics. I have seen oil paints as well, and watercolors, and let's see, what is it? Pastel paint, pastel chalk, and pastel oil crayons. And then we also have people drawing with pen and ink and coloring the drawings in. And we have quite a variety of different mediums that people are using now.
And this is non-judgmental, right?
No, we don't critique anyone. We're not trying to make art for any particular show. We're just out there to kind of practice. And we think it's a great opportunity if you're taking any of the classes in the community, maybe at the Paris Gibson or at the Russell, and you want to practice some of the things that you're learning at those classes. That's where Sunday Painter comes in. We're there so that you can come and practice some of those techniques you've been learning and just get to have fun and work among friends.
I'm amazed on just how many different subjects you've been able to present so far.
Yes.
But before we go there, why don't we talk about what's coming up in February, please?
Sure, yeah. So February, we do have an event every Sunday. February 4th, we have a special deal for the Super Bowl Sunday at the Great Falls Public Library from 1 to 4 p.m. We're going to draw and paint with the Great Falls High Bison football players before the big game. Coach Mark Sampson is sending us a couple of his athletes to pose for us. And then on February 11th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Great Falls Public Library, we want you to celebrate Valentine's Day with us with our model Cupid, and we welcome you to bring your Valentine too. And then on Sunday, February 18th, from 1 to 4 p.m., the Great Falls Public Library is closed, so we will be all aboard for the Montana Museum of Railroad History. We want you to come and paint aerial views with us at the Great Northern Railway, and that's at the Montana Museum of Railroad History, and that's inside the Expo Center lot. And then on Sunday, February 25th, 1 to 4 p.m., we'll be back at the Great Falls Public Library. And we ask you to get ready for the Steampunk Masquerade with our retro futurist models, Tim Stoddard and Tempest. Channel your inner Jules Verne at this spectacular steampunk art workshop.
Wow, you're smiling a lot on that last one. Why don't you tell us a little bit more in depth what's that
about the steampunk? Sure, yeah. So it's sort of a fashion sense, but I know that Jules Verne stories are part of the inspiration. It's the idea of using steam-powered machinery like railroads and things like that, and kind of putting that together with vintage-styled clothing. So it's kind of antique-looking clothing with steam-powered looks to it. So it may be a robotic arm or maybe steam-powered spectacle glasses, and just interesting, just a very interesting look and feel.
So from football players,
yes,
to Cupid,
yes,
to where am I going now?
Railroad history.
To railroads.
Uh-huh.
And then back to steampunk.
Back to steampunk, yes.
That is just incredible. What a variety of subjects.
Yeah, trying to keep it interesting for our artists so that there's something for everybody every week. 1 week you may not be into railroads, but you can always come the next week and do steampunk.
Well, I bet that just from an artist's view, drawing maybe this steampunk thing is going to be different from lineage, lines,
oh, sure.
Shades, depth.
Colors,
colors, all that type of thing.
Exactly.
So it's going to help you out overall.
For sure.
In your artistry.
Yeah.
It's just incredible. I was thinking that you were having the first one during the Super Bowl, so it's kind of
no, we wouldn't dare do that.
And I checked the time, 1 to 4 o'clock.
Yeah, so we were finishing up before the game starts, and we thought it'd be fun to pick the football theme to go with our Super Bowl, and we'll have Super Bowl related snacks and decorations, and the guys are real pumped to come down. I heard from Coach Sampson, so.
So why don't you talk about Just the setup. If somebody shows up at 1 o'clock, what should they expect?
So they should expect to see some table and chairs to come sit down at. If they bring an easel, we'll make room for them to set up their easel. We'll have the models posing up on the stage. We'll have special lighting, and we'll have special music playing. So what we've been doing is we have two different sound sets going. One is music that's thematic, so theme related. We have NFL music for this, and then on the side, on the other sound system, we actually have a crowd, cheering and something from a Seahawks game.
Wow.
So we try to make the sounds even authentic to the subject matter that we're painting that week.
A full experience.
A full experience, exactly.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, and we also offer snacks so people can have coffee and cookies and kind of relax in between the breaks.
So I'm curious to know what you did. How did you do in January?
We did really great, actually. If you missed out Sunday Painter in January, you missed Dean Zook. He was from the Great Falls Symphony. He posed with his contrabassoon, which is a very large instrument. When he's sitting, it's actually to the top of his head. It's a very beautiful, beautiful instrument.
So are these surrounding their subject?
No, this particular one, we can do that. But this particular one, he was up on the stage and we were we were set up in front of him.
Okay.
So kind of like a theater style seating, and then he was up on the stage.
I forgot to mention when we were asking how the event is set up, you don't have to stay the whole time from 1 to 4 for a completion. Is that right?
No, a lot of people that can't stay the whole time will sit further in the back just so that when they pack up, they're not blocking the views of the other artists that are in the front. So people don't have to stay for 1 to 4. We encourage them to because we enjoy having everyone there. But some people do leave early if they have to.
All right. Why don't we get back to the January events?
Sure.
I think you had something down at Fritz's Auto.
We did, yes. That one was a very popular event. We actually piggybacked with the Great Falls Photo Club. They were there just about the same time we were getting set up for our event, and it was really nice to see them and meet them. So we were drawing and painting down at Fritz's Cadillac collection. We got some great photos of the cars as well. And one of the artists, he set up right in front of where all the cars are pointing, and it almost looked like a New York street scene when he got done painting it.
Really?
It was really pretty, and it was done in oils. So he painted in oils, and we had a great dessert array for everybody. We had a lot of pastries and things like that.
Now, I believe, are you still looking for models?
Not right now.
Okay.
No, we would like. We're now looking for venues actually because we're going to be heading outside for painting, and we wouldn't mind painting indoors at some museums or special private collections like Fritz's Cadillacs, something like that. If someone has a special collection of Cadillacs or special collection of dolls or antique toys or antiques or something fun that would be cool for artists to draw and paint, we would love that.
And how would they get a hold of you if they were interested?
They could call us at 646-6ART, or they can email us at info@sundaypainter.org. Or they can visit our website as well, sundaypainter.org.
I always have to put a plug in for your website. One of the best I've seen.
Yeah, thank you.
You're actually up to date on things too, So.
Oh, we update it the night. Every event when we come home, we bring in all the photos and videos from the event. We put it up that night, and everything comes down from that event, and the next one's back at the top.
Okay, and if you're interested in going to one of these and being an artist,
yes.
Who would you contact?
You would definitely want to write us at www.sundaypainter.org. Okay. But a lot of people don't contact us in advance; they just show up, and we welcome that. We'd love to have people come in, and we do encourage when people come that they do sign in because we'd like to get their name and email because we send out photos from the events and video recaps, and then we send out the next week events as well. So we kind of get them on the list so that we can share what's coming up with them.
Well, it seems like it takes a lot of people to put together an event like this or all these events. Do you want to thank anybody?
Yes, of course. We would like to thank Josh and his son Ben. They were very helpful. Last week we had the Mountain Man, and we had some beautiful taxidermy animals from Timberland Taxidermy. Sean Dawson lent us a bear, a bobcat, and a badger.
Wow.
So we had a lot of things to cart in and out of the library very carefully, and it took a lot of time to set up. So Ben and Josh Ewald were very, very helpful, and it was very nice to have them. And then Michael Sherrard posed as our Mountain Man, and he brought a lot of pelts and the guns and some beautiful things to set up. And he gave us the history of the Montana and how it was settled and the Indians. And
so it wasn't quiet. It's not like a quiet room. He's kind of talking.
Yeah, actually, if the model has some special knowledge that they want to share with our artists, we do allow that. We do welcome that. And it was a lot of fun. We actually had KRTV come. We'd like to thank them actually for covering it. Kaylee Collins came down and interviewed our Mountain Man and interviewed us and took some footage of the artists making art of the event. So that was a lot of fun. And I'd love to give a special shout out and special thanks to the Great Falls Public Library. We've been so fortunate to be able to draw and paint in their large basement conference room. It's been such a blessing to us. And Jude, Kat, Kathy, and Shannon have been all so helpful and wonderful. And I just wanted to thank them.
Why don't you shared a story with me?
Yes.
Before the interview with the mountain man and his guns.
Yes.
Why don't you share that with our audience, please?
So we had the Great Falls Police Department was there. We had one of the deputies there to meet with Mr. Sherrard as he was getting the guns out to go inside the library. Since it's a public space, he wasn't allowed to bring these rifles in. But they were rifles that had been disarmed in a way that you could no longer shoot them. So we had the police double checking those to make sure that they were no longer fireable. And once they saw that, they went ahead and gave them the all clear to go ahead and take them into the library. But we got some footage of that. It's on our video.
Wow.
And it's really neat. I'm glad that
it's just something you wouldn't think about, but now in
it's
today's
true.
ages and stuff, it's kind of important. It's reassuring too.
Yeah, it was smart. He was smart to think. I mean,
sure.
he thought to call them ahead of time to let them know what time he was getting there and to make sure that they were available to meet with him.
I
And
could see him getting tackled in the doorway.
I know, right?
People think it's the wrong idea,
Yeah. So I mean, with all the things going on in the world nowadays, I mean, it makes
Sure.
sense that you want to make sure everything was secure.
Now, is there anything we've missed? Anything you want to comment on or share with our audience?
We also wanted to thank A to Z Scuba and our mermaid Scuba Mermaid encounter. We had Mike and Tammy Lucas posing, and Tempest, our guest mermaid, was there.
Talk about that a little bit.
Oh, it was a lot of fun. So they came in full scuba gear with tanks and everything and masks, and he even had a knife, I guess.
At the library?
Yes, at the library.
Wow.
Yeah, a little knife that you take down underwater, and he showed us. He actually talked to us as well, but this was on the break. Mike Lucas was explaining to us how the scuba gear works, so you can raise and lower yourself to kind of stay in level with the fish underwater. And then we had Tempest used to work for the film industry, so she actually made her entire costume. She had a full mermaid tail that she had to be zipped in and out of, and she had mermaid like webbed hands.
Oh wow!
And she had blue hair and blue lipstick, and I mean and the seashell top. And I mean, she just looked the part. So they had a net around her like she'd been caught in the net.
Wow.
And he had I'm trying to think of what you shoot, a harpoon
Okay.
gun. He had
Sure.
one of those harpoon guns that he was pointing, for the pose. Wow. So it was really neat.
I don't understand how you go about getting this. It's so descriptive and so, in depth and detail.
Yeah, and we picked a lot of music for that as well. So we had underwater sounds of a scuba tank, and then we also had the music for water-related music.
Just a full experience.
Definitely.
You don't even think about the audio so much, just a room full of people painting.
Exactly.
But, when you throw the audio in it and the stories from the subjects, I mean,
Exactly.
what an incredible time, what an incredible event.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We just had the music going, and we had the blue lights, and we had a special lighting to make it look kind of like water was flowing.
Wow.
And so it's really, we do try to build the whole full experience so that people, when they're drawing and painting, they're not just looking at a white wall behind everybody.
Sure. And you are looking for more venues.
We are actually, yeah, for sure. We are looking for either a unique business or special animals. If someone's got, ostriches or llamas or something that we could come and draw, and maybe in their barn or, whatnot. Any special collections, anything like that. Or they've got a beautiful piece of property that they would welcome us to come paint on and get a beautiful scenic view of a landscape. We would love that.
How about some contact information, please?
Sure, yeah. We'd welcome them to call us at 646-6ART or by email info@sundaypainter.org. And they can also see our website to see what we've done in the past at www.sundaypainter.org. We've got photos and videos from every single one of our sessions. And the Mountain Man, I forgot to mention, was our 20th gathering, our 20th art gathering.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Fantastic. I want to thank our guests today, Jane Cushman, Executive Director with Sunday Painter. Thank you for being here on Voices and Views.
Thanks for having me.